want to introduce you to an idea that when you first hear it, it's going to sound silly and it's going to sound weird, and a lot of you will probably brush it off as no big deal. And I launched Threads Unleashed, a $17 PDF July 1st of last year, so almost a year ago. And this one thing that I'm about to share with you, I dropped in Threads Unleashed, and it was probably the thing that got the most compliments on. And it's not my idea. I got it from somebody years ago. Unfortunately, I don't remember who it was, but it's a game changer. And as silly as it sounds, it fucking works. So anyways, I call it my brag folder. And I have several brag folders on my phone. Pretty much I have brag folders for any emails. What a brag folder is I screenshot any comment, compliment, if somebody said something nice, I screenshot it and I save it in the brag folders on my phone. So for instance, I have a YouTube brag folder. I've started doing these YouTube videos about 3 weeks ago. I think last I checked, I have 28 screenshots of nice comments that people leave down below. And then what I do is I screenshot those, put that in the folder titled YouTube, and then I promote myself on Instagram saying, hey, here's what Susie said about my latest YouTube video. You can check it out here. And I link to it. Or I'll post it over on Threads and I say, look what Steve said about my latest YouTube video. You can check the video Steve's referring to here. Something along those lines. You know, I have a brag folder for each one of my digital products. In fact, Threads Unleashed has 216 testimonials, 216 screenshots. And that's not even all of them. I've stopped doing it now. You know, and so every product has it. If I get inbound DMs from people, that's a separate folder. If I get emails from people, that's a separate folder. And I talk about this all the time. Social proof is such a cheat code when you're selling anything online. And most people are not leveraging it. I had a client last week, 2 weeks ago. She launched a product and I said, you got to add social proof to your sales page. And she says, I don't have it. I don't have any customers. And I told her, I said, honestly, 75 to 80% of the social proof that I share online, and I share at least one screenshot a day, at least one screenshot a day. 75 to 80% of the social proof that I share online is not from customers or clients of mine. It's from people on social media. You know, so I said, social proof doesn't just have to come from customers or paying people, customers or clients. And a lot of people think that it does. It's like, no, if somebody made a nice comment on social media, that's proof. That's somebody saying they enjoyed your work, whatever it is. You know, I mean, look at the comment section of my YouTube videos. You know, I scroll back a couple of weeks to a video. You know, I think I have over 100 comments. A lot of them very positive. You know, I've had several people tell me that my videos inspired them to write their first ebook or launch their PDF after thinking about it for weeks, and some of them even months. I've had emails from people who started following my journey, you know, complimenting me, saying, I love your YouTube stuff. I love the one take. I love the no bullshit. I love that you keep it simple. Screenshot, 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 screenshot. Those are all screenshots, and I save them in my brag folder, and then I can kind of, you know, be my own biggest cheerleader and share those screenshots on social media or in my email. You know, I also have a brag folder on my desktop, and it's the same thing. It's one folder, it's titled brag folder, and then I have multiple folders inside it, and I segment where these messages go. And I don't have like a cool fancy automated way to do this. I usually take a screenshot on my phone and then I email it to myself. And then I open up the email on my desktop and I save it into whatever folder. And then I have access to these when I'm sitting down at my desktop and I'm writing out emails. And maybe I'm pitching Threads Unleashed. And I open up the Threads Unleashed folder and I can boom, 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 add 3 testimonials right then and there. Or if I'm talking about my coaching program, ACE, which I just opened, by the way. If you're interested, drop a comment ACE down below and I'll reach out to you. I don't do sales calls or anything like that. It's all done over a Google Doc. You can read it. You can be a big boy or a big girl and make the decision yourself. There will be 0 arm twisting. There will be 0 objection handling. So anyways, I can, if I'm writing an email about my coaching program, I can open up the folder on my desktop and pull out past testimonials from my coaching program. Boom, 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 add them into the email real quick. So it's really, really powerful, as silly as it sounds. And most entrepreneurs are not doing this. And I made a post over on Threads a couple weeks ago. And I said, if you do this every single day for 30 days, you do this 2 things every single day. You share 1 piece of social proof on social media every single day. And if you have to repeat it, that's fine. I'm not saying you have to have 30 pieces of social proof. Maybe you have 7. You know, you share it, and you share the context behind it. You know, you share the problem Susie had or John had before or whatever, and you share social proof every single day for 30 days, and you make an offer every single day for 30 days. And I wrote on Threads, I live in Vegas, I said, if you don't make more money doing this simple 30-day strategy, I will streak down the Las Vegas Strip in a pink Speedo. And I'm 100% confident I would not have to do that because it would work. 1 piece of social proof every single day, make an offer every single day. You will make money doing that. You know, you'll learn a lot about yourself. I mean, it really can be that simple. I know that kind of sounds silly, but really that is it. You know, I have a phrase that I use over on Threads, make more offers, make more offers, make more offers. If you want to make more money, make more offers. It really can be that simple. Most creators and entrepreneurs that I speak with, they're so terrified to make an offer because they don't want to be salesy. You better get over that feeling if you want to make money. And to help with that, I'll do another video on this some other time. You got to love your offer. You got to truly, truly believe in your offer. If you don't truly believe in it, it makes it really hard to sell. Kind of like vacuuming the beach. So anyways, that's the brag folder. Let me share one other side benefit of this brag folder. If you're ever dealing with imposter syndrome, self-doubt, fear of failure, fear of judgment, you know, any of those shitty false fears that we all struggle with, all you do is you pull out your phone. You can do this anywhere. You're not driving, but you can do this pretty much anywhere. You pull out your phone and you open up one of those folders and you just scroll through those testimonials or those screenshots and you just read a couple of them. Usually for me, within 3 to 5 that I read, which takes about 15 seconds tops, that anxiety, that fear of failure, fear of judgment, imposter syndrome, I read through some of the nice comments people said to me. A lot of times it melts away, that false fear that I had. I was like, you know what? The stuff I'm doing does matter. People are paying attention. People are listening. People are reading. People are watching. People appreciate this. People are taking action. People are making change. I'm doing good. So it turns that frown upside down within 10 to 15 seconds. So that's another benefit to the brag folder. And to take it one step further, and again, I don't know who came up with this idea. It was a blog post I read probably a decade ago. To take it one step further, what they suggested, I've never done this, is to print those things off, to print those screenshots off, and you hang them on your wall, in your office, in your room, on your refrigerator, on your bathroom mirror, in your closet, wherever you're going to see it often. And anytime you have doubts, instead, like I said, anytime I have doubts, I just open up my phone and look through them. But anytime you have doubts, you just walk up to your wall of fame, you know, your wall of love, let's call it. And you just read through the nice comments and compliments people have said about you. You know, I would like to take it one step further, but that's what the person suggested. So that is what a brag folder is. I cannot recommend it enough. You can create it as you're watching this damn video. Create a folder and any nice comment, compliment, email, DM, whatever it is. You screenshot it, you screenshot it, you screenshot it, and you start saving it, and you build that brag folder up. And then you start sharing that brag folder, the screenshots, you know, and you start building credibility. You're starting to build trust with other people. You know, I know it sounds kind of silly, but it might be one of the biggest cheat codes. And again, not just scrolling through it, that's a mindset hack, but for social proof and for sales. And it's free to do, and it's really, really easy to do. The problem is it's really, really easy not to do because it's so easy to do. That's the problem with easy things. It's easy to do, but it's easy to forget. So it might take you a little time of practice, but anytime you get a nice comment, compliment, email, DM, whatever, screenshot that, post it in your brag folder. So anyways, if you have comments, questions, concerns on how to earn a living selling PDFs, drop them right down below. I'll do my best to answer them. Also, I do these videos every single day, Monday through Friday, where I just talk. I take a topic and I share my thought, idea, opinion, perspective, lesson learned, mistake made, some hack, a philosophy in business, a perspective of mine, and I just walk for 8 to 10 minutes and I yap about it. So if these videos interest you, click that subscribe button. Off to take the kids to the water park on this beautiful Tuesday, so I hope you have a wonderful day. Thank you.